Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Medieval Dynasty 1.3. I'm 7-Foot Dust Bunny, and we're moving along. As you can see, I've started to put a wall in over here. The nice little wall going in to keep my sheep and my cattle in a pen, which I'm working on. In fact, there have been several upgrades and changes. You may notice the big vacant space here, which is where I intend the tavern to go. I've removed the two simple houses which were here and added some additional housing. This guy's not doing too bad actually. Since I set up this market stall, we're probably 18 months on, I think, from when I originally set up the market stall. And he puts his money in here and he's earned 3,730. So that's not bad. I mean, it pales into insignificance compared to our taxes, but you know. Ooh, one of our kitchens has something missing. Wheat roll, missing resources, flour. You'll also see that I have upgraded the barns, as I have unlocked level 3 barns. And I've also upgraded the resource shed, as I've got level 3 resource shed, level 3 barns, level 3 workshop, and level 3 food storage. I have also just got level 3 smithing. I will have to show you on the technology side of things. I'm basically capped out on building tech now, and I'm still going on survival tech slowly. Farming tech is going relatively quickly, and smithing is going still relatively slowly, even though I've introduced the second smiths over here. These guys are processing copper and tin to make bronze, and these guys are doing most of the actual making things. Oh, further to this, if I go to the map, on the mine over here, I now have 3 houses over here, and I currently have 3 people working in the mine, basically trying to extract as much. Well, I can't find where the mine is. Extraction here. Mine. Basically trying to extract as much ore as possible at the moment and keep this running. I want to bring more, but it's really my dynasty cap that's giving me the problem. Therefore, bring more people in. Now to show you a little bit of a truth as to how in 18 months we've made this much progress. Because it was just going so slow. So slow. So I've had a bit of a cheat running. Which is in here you can customize your game. And I had unlimited carry weight for a while, I don't need that anymore. But I have Dynasty Rep gain at 1000% and Technology Gain multiplier at 800%, which I'm actually going to shift up to 1000 to really push that on now. And I think that was it, sorry. I haven't changed any of these settings, but I have changed those, and I've put in fast crafting. So fast crafting means if I want to craft 150 potage or whatever, then it just does one crafting cycle and you get 150. It's just done. I've also added a few little bathtubs and a few little bits around places. I will be adding more. There's a little bathtub there, and there's one up by my house. But I figured, you know, somewhere to wash your hands by the kitchen seemed like a good idea. So while we're here, we're going to upgrade these. In fact, that's why I have unlimited weight on and I've taken it off, but just for everyone else's benefit here, so as it doesn't take too long, I'm going to upgrade the smithies. Now, one complaint I have about the upgrade system, I do love the upgrade system, so don't take it to heart too much. But as soon as I do this, right, fair enough, they are ooh, did I not turn on the unlimited carry capacity? I thought I just turned on unlimited carry capacity. What did I just turn on instead? Oh, I didn't accept changes, that's why. Those people are now unemployed, so when you do like the barn, you suddenly end up with 5 or 6 people who are completely unemployed, and then you have to go back and go into the management and employ them again. And if you do like multiple buildings, obviously that works badly, because then you have to figure out who was doing what job. So fortunately, I will know that the 2 unemployed people, which will be my wife and one other guy, they will be the 2 people who are working in that smithy, and then I'll do the other smithy afterwards. But unlimited carry capacity, very helpful for this sort of thing, because I'm going to try and keep this episode really as a tour of us getting to the end game. I'm going to push this through for the end game, because as I said, it was really getting to the point where, while I enjoy playing the game and it's just sort of ticking over, it's nice, it's relaxing, but it's going to be pretty boring content for everyone to watch. Is just keeping things ticking over, doing the occasional quest, riding around, selling stuff, and just making up the difference in the farm, trying to grind Dynasty rep, which as it was at 50 a go, is pretty slow. Fortunately, with the 1000%, when I do one of the small little quests, I get 500 Dynasty rep, which is enough to recruit another person. I still need to recruit more. So with that in mind, there's going to be I'm definitely going to do another video at the end of this where I'll give some tips and tricks we've learned along the way, and a bit of guidance to perhaps those settings. If I was starting a new playthrough, what I would do with those settings, because I would make some changes from the standard setup, because I really think the progression, well, it's good. I like progression. I like the way progression is a thing. It's too slow. It's just too slow, in my opinion. It's not. I mean, you can bring it forward like I have at the moment, and at that point it would just be game-breaking progression. It would be kind of boring from that side of things, but you could well tweak it to a point where it would feel like a natural progression, and it wouldn't be game-breaking, but it also wouldn't leave you like we were, where we've unlocked iron, we've unlocked the mine, and we've literally got no technology to sort of, we can't actually use our iron for anything, because now we can unlock all of these things. So we can make another iron crossbow, we can make iron bolts, we can make iron arrows, which I am going to unlock. And tools wise, we don't need to make horseshoes. Well, we might actually make horseshoes, because they sell for quite a lot. Tempting. I mean, in terms of, I think actually the hose probably sell for more for the use of iron, and the logs nothing. so you'd have to really look at what used the most, what used what. Hoe we're going to want, scythe we're going to want, knife we're going to want, shovel we're going to want, pickaxe we're going to want, axe we're going to want, and hammer we're going to want. That's going to cost us quite a bit more than we can probably really afford at the moment, but that's the way things are going to go right now. So with this in mind, at the moment they're hammering bronze, but these guys are going to be working on iron items very soon. But I won't bore you with the switch over here, because the balancing is quite tricky, and it's taken me a long time to balance this as it is at the moment, and I still wouldn't say it's perfect. So I will be rebalancing this, because I'm going to switch this over to the iron items I've just started to produce. So for example, instead of a pickaxe, we'll see we've got 0.8 pickaxes at the moment with the current 10%. So then we go to iron pickaxes, and I suspect you'll get, no, you still get 0.8 pickaxes, which is actually pretty good. Sometimes you don't, but these pickaxes last a lot longer. So this is basically what I'll go through and do. I'll be taking each one of these down and then bringing the converse part up. The other thing you can change in that setting is how quick your actual people gain experience, which will affect these numbers. And for me, that's actually something I would change as well, because the actual rate at which people gain XP is probably fair, but I wouldn't mind it being a little bit quicker. You know, in truth, it's probably not an unfair rate of growth, but yeah, I'd probably like it to be a little bit more, just really so you can gain that extra efficiency and have the produce coming in. So what else have we got here? Oh, shearing scissors, I haven't done those. Knife, I'm gonna need to unlock the shearing scissors as well, I can see. But we've got so many shearing scissors at the moment, I'm gonna wait till that runs down, I think. But I will carry on doing this probably off camera later. That was 9 and 9. So I'm going to do these two, and then I'll carry on rebalancing it later. Let's just do those two. Iron size 9 and iron shovel. And what I might end up doing is taking 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1 off each of those and putting those into the iron arrows. And it's not very many, but I don't need to produce massive amounts of arrows, just enough to sort of cover my general sort of losses. And in a minute I'm going to be switching this around as well, because these I don't actually need anymore, and I'll get the other one doing all the processing that I want. So I'll be able to bring that up, and I might even tweak some of these back up the 1, and then I can rebalance this later. But I'll add some iron bar processing to this, and then I should have enough to bring the shears up to 10% as well. And then I might end up switching this round to sell some of my excess. But again, we will now upgrade this smithy here. Production smithy, yoink. as you can see, the people walk away, which is, I'm fine with them not being able to work while it's being upgraded. But to me, the whole thing of them being unemployed when you're upgrading the building, to me it should just be like, work is paused, sent home for the day while upgrades are done, you know. Free day off. But it's fairly quick to upgrade, especially when, like now, I'm using unlimited carry capacity. I'm not using unlimited stamina, though it's tempting. But I think that's a reasonable dynamic, and literally I've just used the unlimited carry capacity for doing these upgrades quickly while we're on camera instead of running back and forth. Because, well, otherwise it might be dull for everyone. So I can do that and find the other person who's not working. There we go, and bring on. And soon we're going to lose this blacksmith as well, because she's going to be giving birth. So until my fence is complete, my animals seem to regularly escape, which is somewhat disappointing. But I'm going to continue work on the fence. Yeah, I will actually show one other thing. So, as well as these being upgraded, we have all our new fields here operating. I'm not sure what's happened there. We're not actually using cabbages at all now in our food stuff, but I'm still growing them. The reason I'm still growing them is because if I go along here, especially if I do it, because I get 100% extra because I took the skill point in this now. But if I go and grab these, you can see I'm grabbing a lot of cabbages. Now, my reason for doing this is actually pretty simple. I'm just going to leave these cabbages to rot. There we go, and now we've unlocked the windmill, which was something I wanted to do. So we can go and knock up a windmill in our near future. But the reason I'm doing that is because what I want to do with these cabbages is I'm just letting them sit in the food stuff and rot, because as they rot, they'll produce 4 rot for every cabbage. From testing, and that means this lot here will produce 2,000 rot. This lot will produce over 4,000 rot. I may need to expand this. At the moment we've got 1,300 rot. I'm also letting the meat build up here and go down to rot, and this is going to produce a cycle of large... I'm stuck in a door! Free me! Of large amounts of rot. The goal of which really is to just keep the farms running by not just the manure, but we'll have tons of fertilizer coming in, and then even sell the surplus if it comes to it. But we'll be able to balance that rot around to keep things going. So I'm gonna pick a spot for the windmill, and I might do it now actually, and I don't know, actually here might not be a bad spot for the windmill, up on the hill. I'm tempted to put it like up here, where you would think it would get a nice amount of wind. Here, or I don't want it next to my house, that would be noisy. So my plan is to chop these trees, clear this area, see if I can get the windmill on there, which I think I'm going to be able to. I should check beforehand. Let's just have a quick check, because sometimes these things are somewhat fussy on uneven ground. it says obstacles blocking the way, but I reckon I can stick the windmill here. So I'm going to clear these trees back and stick the windmill up here. I don't know which side has the actual things on it. I hope it's this side. I mean, it looks like it can turn anyway, or can it? No, it doesn't look like it can turn actually. I might have to go and examine the one that there's a windmill over at Lenzica, so I might go and examine that one to see if I can work out which way round best it goes. And I'll bring it back in and we'll get that windmill in. Well, the weather may be terrible, but I've been down to Lenzica and I think, relatively happy with this positioning. I'm trying to remember now whether it came round. Yeah, I'm relatively happy with this positioning. I think this should put the fan on this side. If it doesn't, I've screwed up and, well, I shall have to rebuild it. And I'm going to be out of planks by the looks of it. Foundation. Doink. So let's go up to the next level. I mean, this is the first time I built one of these. So it'd be nice if you could tell. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be there. It is going to be there. It looks questionable because it's hard to see where the mechanism is, but I can see a mechanism sort of poking out there. So I'm assuming that is where the fan's going to be. Of course, the other issue is I'm not going to have anyone to operate this, which is going to be less than stellar, but we'll have to figure that out. I do have 2 quests I'm currently running. One is Night Howl, which I've killed 2 of the 4 wolves you have to kill for that. The other one I got from Gostovia, which I've never seen before, which is Night Hunt, which says I have to wait for the next evening and the village is going to be, well, attacked. So I'm interested to do that. Right, I'm going to be a bit short of planks. Ah! Why can't I run through doors? Oh my god, the rain is so loud. I'm actually just going to convert some of this massive pile of logs I've got into planks to make what I think should be plenty. Ah! Why'd you do that, game? There you go. But this is fast crafting, so what you see is 40 planks. Instead of it having to do this and clock up 40 times, that's it, it's done. So fast crafting I quite like from that point of view. It works really well. Also, I did a quest for one of my villagers, which was just the standard recurve bow test we've done a bunch of times, but it was one of the girls who works in the seamstress's hut, and they gave me a bunch of technology as part of the quest reward, and that has really boosted that up. So technology wise, we are now I think it's this one, no, this one, he says. We're now most of the way to the tavern, so the sewing hut Mark III can be built, which is also on my list to build, which I will try and get done today before I have to go back for the night hunt. So we'll get this one up. And 2, 1, done. Windmill is constructed. So you can use the millstone and you can mill all these items. That will be quite good because it means I can stop the guy in here from making I can stop them in here from making grain. See, at the moment in here they're making flour a lot of the time. They're making from oats and from rye. But my thought is to start making it from wheat, because I should have a lot of wheat. And I might make some from oats and rye as well. But I can basically increase this up. Let's have a look. We can bring this one up as well to maybe 25%. And yeah, we'll put that 25% for now at least. And what I'll end up doing is, I haven't got a worker for it yet, but wheat grain makes 20 flour, the others make less. So we've got no worker, but I'm thinking if, like, I don't know, let's say 70% of the time does that, 15% and 15% should be enough. And what I'm thinking to do is either change one of these workers or use one of the other workers, or hopefully when I've done the quest to find another worker to actually do it. But this needs to getting built up, getting changed over to what it will be grown as next season, which needs to be rye again. I wish I didn't feel like I was constantly having to shout over the over the rain. So at the moment I believe this is, oh no, that's wheat. So that's the wheat field that's over there. So this must be, that's the cabbage field. So it must be this one, yeah, that's being harvested, ready for harvest. So if we clear this, hopefully this isn't going to ruin what they've still got to harvest. If I switch all this over to rye and accept the change, let's see what happens. Not that they would actually be able to harvest like this in the rain, but there you go, he'll finish harvesting that up. It should mean that if we've got a spare worker, oh, something else I meant to do, which I haven't done, is I now have 2 hogs. I only want 1 hog, so I'm actually going to sell this one and to recycle to a younger hog. Oh, new level in diplomacy! New level in diplomacy! So that's a skill. So what's my diplomacy? Lower demand for food and wood by villagers. Creative accounting, 10% lower taxes. Now my taxes are nearly 10,000, so 10% will nearly save me a K. The other one, of course, is to get 20% better prices. To be honest, the 20% better prices is probably the better one, because I have to sell all the things to get the things in the first place. So to get the money, I have to sell. So if I'm selling stuff, I get 20% more for what I'm selling, but most of the time I only get 50% of the value. But if I'm getting 20% more, then 10% less on that isn't so important. So I'm going to get this one. And hopefully that's the right move. So that looks cool. Our windmill is up. Now to do the sewing hut as an upgrade. I mean, since I've got the technology on 1000%, it has been going rather quickly for upgrades, which is why I wouldn't recommend having it as default. What am I looking for? I'm sure it's production, workshop, smithy, sewing hut. There we go. So she's going to lose her job, and now we have to dug. Come on, logs, get going. Yep, thank you. And you. I wonder, if I build all the roof first, does that actually help reduce the rain? Does the game dynamically manage to deal with that? Because some games you can sort of make it work in the code. Other games don't seem to make it work at all, like until the building is complete. It's not classified as inside. So let's see. If I have all the roof up, does the rain suddenly not seem so bad? Well, it doesn't seem to be raining in here. Oh look, the spinning wheel is still going on its own. There you go. Doink. Gotta love the builder's trance though. The builder's trance is really good. I'm not sure I'd be that worried about it for tree cutting or mining, but building, definitely. And almost there. Don't run out of puff yet, Razmir. Done. There we go. Why is that operating on its own? It's quite scary. Okay. So now we can actually get 2 seamstresses as well. We'll get Wolfina, who is pregnant again. And she's level 9 as a seamstress. She's amazing seamstress. So this is where the room I'm thinking of making down here for another house is going to come into its own. Because I'm looking at putting another house down here. Next, opposite this one. Which currently has some occupants, I believe. Yes. Because I may need those extra occupants as workers for a seamstress. I've got all my smiths now, but I need someone to run the mill. And I could do with another farmer, to be honest. And the other thing I was thinking is I haven't actually got geese yet. So I might knock up a goose pen somewhere, but I'm not sure where yet. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Gostovia for the night hunt, and we'll see what that quest is about. So, the weather is awful, the night is drawing in. I've already killed the 4 wolves, but I've now got a thing saying hunt wolves, bear, or bear, 0 of 10. So I don't know where these are going to appear, because it said wait for the next night. I don't know if this is going to be nearby, or whether I need to go basically hunting. I want to find out where the other guy is a second, so I can track that quest. So I can just hand that in. At least that will be 500 Dynasty rep. Happy days. Which will allow me to at least pick up another person. I don't think either of these people are useful mind. So that's slightly disappointing. I mean, you're a production person. it'd be nice if you had something else that you were useful at. The question is there then going to be, because it said to basically come back at night, does that mean there's going to be something nearby? Or... because, I mean, the boars normally come in, like, threes, and bears come in ones or twos, and the wolves come in packs of threes. And on top of that, it's dark as sin. So, I mean, I was going to do this quest in front of you guys for you, but, you know, given the current state of the world here, I'm not sure it's going to be a very good idea. But I'm fairly sure there's some wolves or some stuff over down in this direction. So I'm going to leave the horse behind for now. I'm going to go it on foot. That's not a bad idea, game autosave. It's not a bad idea at all to have a save. Anything worth having? What we got? Planks. Not particularly worth stealing. Anything else? Not really. Not that I can see. Okay. Now that's one thing that's a bit weird, is on the map you've got this, but what I'd love to be able to see is if you go onto filters, you've got people filters, quest filters, which is fine. What about, like, tracking? Doesn't seem to be any filters for actually... Ah! I lie. There is an animal filter right here. So we've got boar up here. No wolves. Wolves here. Wolves here. I'm assuming that's a wolf. Is that a wolf? That's a wolf, yeah. So wolves, boars, wolves, boars. This way. But I got to kill 10. So I might kill a couple. And then call it there, because you know, it's going to be dark and difficult for you guys to see. I mean, I can't see squat myself, so I'll be trying to lighten it in post, but I can't imagine it being that much better. There's a boar. Piggly Wiggly at 10 o'clock. Oh, didn't get it. Bye. I'm using poisoned iron arrows now, so they're pretty effective. If you get a headshot, it's one shot, one kill. There's another one over there somewhere. I see the red. Nope. Too far. There you go. And... oh. What? Okay. We're down. We're down. That's 2. It's a lot of work for some Dynasty rep. Another one right there. There you go. Another one down. Piece of cake. So yeah, I will continue this and get the Dynasty rep and hopefully get some new workers and helpers and hopefully next time we will have the tavern, and that will complete our run. So for this episode, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot.